Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air right away. Here's Shuck. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
And you think back to the success he had throwing the football in the win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
2nd and 10. Now Shuck. They'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 10 more there and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Play action now. Shuck. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Try to get that one to Chris Olave, but it's going to be 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. On the counter, here's Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He's still in search of his first rushing touchdown of the year, but not on that play.
I just wonder if he has some frustration starting to build a little bit because he hasn't gotten into the end zone. Has to just stay calm, stay within himself, just let it happen.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. In motion goes the tight end. Now they bring the tight end in motion right. Shuck to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 flat.
Young will set to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Black, 95. Ready.
To the left side, he's got McMillan. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
The Panthers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Ready. Down. Yellow, 22. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
On the set.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
Young working out of the gun. Will try to pick it up himself. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
Ready. Blue, 32. Set.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. A gain of 3, second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Young to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within the division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And the Panthers have recovered.
All these years we've been watching the game, hard to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They run here with Dowdle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
Off the play fake, Young. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This is caught by McMillan. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Down. Black, 95. Ready?
Now here's Young. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Play fake, Shuck.
Underneath for Miller. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Inside handoff now, Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Shuck. That one caught by Rice. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here's Shuck.
Touchdown! Rashee Rice, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there. Call it the 26.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 22. Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. Now he'll tuck this and run. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Ready. 52 blue.
Now Young. That is caught. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 60 red. 50 red. Set.
Young off the bootleg. And this is incomplete. For these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte.
Blue, 32. Ready.
Young now from the 50. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
33, yellow.
It'll be Young again. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw now, Shuck. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
Final play of the half, Young.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Come on, set. Yell, cut.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Let's go now. 10 black. 10.
First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard.
Fighting through, and he's got space.
He's on his way.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a free-possession game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Slot man moves right.
To throw is Shuck. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Working out of the gun here, Shuck.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Ready. Red 38. 10 cycles. Set.
And he rifles one incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 50, green. Cut.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Here we go. 45. Watch.
They run again with Dowdle. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Set, hut. Yellow, 43. Set, hut.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Blue, 32. Set.
A running play. It's Dowdle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Saints' 34-yard line.
Ready. Yellow, 22. Set, hut.
On play action, Young. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Let's go now. Block 40. Hut.
3rd down, Young from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Ryan Fitzgerald to try the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Shuck now to throw. Open man right side is Rice. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. On 2nd down, here's the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Shuck finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Rashee Rice
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Ready.
It's Young off play action. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Black 40. Ready.
Young. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red.
Now here's Young.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go. Set. 10 black. Set.
Young. Under pressure, and down he goes.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be taken at the 13. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He'll look to throw.
That one caught by Rice.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
And the Saints
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He's got Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Oh, man, that could wind up being the key play of the ball game right there. Defensively here, you know they've got no timeouts. You've got to keep them away from the sidelines. Here, not only do they get the big yardage, but they get out of bounds as well.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
26 yards.
And the Saints are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 45, wide. Check, huh?
Young to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 76 yards.
And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th-quarter lead. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
He's got his target. It's Olave.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
That's good for the Saints.
They'll look to throw. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
And now the spike with 36 seconds left to go.
Here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
No timeouts remaining. Cannot take a sack here. 1st and 10. Shuck again.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Now the try here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through. And we are tied here in the 4th.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's 1st down.
Ready. Black 40. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Set. Ready. 38. Ready.
Here's Young.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
10 black.
Now Young. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Okay,
on a completed pass, got to get down quickly and call a timeout.
Come on, set. 32.
Young.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score, in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Three ticks remain. This is it here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Carolina, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.